Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard, here to review The Killing Joke, the graphic novel, the famous graphic novel, which is now directly on Blu-ray and DVD, and which had a special screening from Fathom Events, which I went to last night. It was really cool. Sold out performance. There was just not one seat in the house. It was beamed all over the country. Hopefully you were lucky enough, if you're a big enough fan, to go out to the movie theater and see The Killing Joke. But it was a really good time to spend with all the nerds. You know, it was like our own little mini Comic-Con. It was really a lot of fun. So the Killing Joke, that was back in March of 1988. I remember it well. I have a couple first editions in my comic collection. When I moved into my home, my comics are still, there's like 15, 20 long boxes still in the garage. I haven't got to them yet. I know I'm a bad comic book fan, but they're all bagged and board, so don't worry. But I do have 2 or 3 special, first editions of The Killing Joke. And this was a real controversial comic book when it came out because, of course, it's Batman and Joker pitted against each other. And it's just really, it's well known not only for the incredible writing by Brian Bolland, but also the incredible Alan Moore. You know, just Alan Moore is just, he did Watchmen also, so just some of the greatest comic books of all time. And oh, have you seen a Swamp Thing stuff? Oh, just fantastic. So I was really kind of concerned when they were going to do an animated version of it because it's in the same vein of the Batman series from the early 90s, you know, which I was just writing to college. So my friends and I love the series, you know, with Mark Hamill doing the Joker, returning in The Killing Joke for the voice of the Joker. Also, Kevin Conroy's back as Batman. And, if, you know, this is just some comics you're just kind of like, are they going to do this? You know, are they going to be faithful to the material? And there's been a lot of controversy because out of Comic-Con, they screened the film there, and they added like 45 minutes onto the beginning with Batgirl in this separate story. You know, and I don't know if I should give these away, if these things, if you read the internet or it's just going to be spoilers, you know, I won't say what happened. I'll say something at the very end, okay? Well, no, I won't. Oh my God. I hate getting hate mail when people say spoil something. Well, anyway, the movie is very faithful to the book, and if you don't know the story, it's about the Joker escaping from Arkham Asylum, and he's getting his revenge on Commissioner Gordon and on Batgirl, and eventually Batman. And he buys this old, rundown amusement park, and he starts exacting his revenge on Batman and our group. And what it just involves rape, it involves murder, it involves just some really dark stuff, and definitely not for children. But what's really cool about it is the great writing, the great monologues, and just some of the great dialogue exchange between Batman and Joker. And Mark Hamill is just phenomenal with his inflections of Joker, because now this is a different kind of Joker than it was on the Saturday morning cartoon, or the one that was in syndication 20 years ago. So there was a whole little kind of documentary at the beginning about Mark Hamill saying, you know, look, I was with Star Wars, and now, you know, here's Luke Skywalker doing the Joker's voice. And the special edition DVD has a behind the scenes, has all these great documentaries. So overall, it was really a fun time to see The Killing Joke brought to the big screen, brought in animation. A couple of problems. Again, I didn't like that whole Batgirl stuff at the beginning. It just seemed people who knew the comic book, who were there for this story, we were sitting there going, okay, you know, 35 minutes have gone by. Oh, finally, we get to The Killing Joke. So I don't understand why they felt they had to expand the story or add it to it. Maybe they thought it was just too short, but, you know, that would have been fine with me. We're there to see The Killing Joke, and not, it's like watching The Wizard of Oz, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know, we're going to shoot something with Dorothy that has nothing to do with her going off into the house and going to Oz. Let's have her being, you know, bullied at school, or just a completely separate story that makes absolutely no sense. Now, I just started getting back into comic books and graphic novels for you diehard people. I have Batman Hush, which I can't wait to read. I'm a big Superman fan. Here's Superman, he crashed in the Soviet Union. What would that be like? So I got this one. This one also is The Secret. What is this called? Oh, my glasses. The Search for Kryptonite. So this is another Batman kind of graphic novel, and Superman. So, and also, oh, the Harlem Hellfighters by Max Brooks. I can't wait to read that. So I'm just starting to get back into it because, you know, we got so many comic book movies coming out. I was a big comic book fan, but I kind of stopped for a few years. But The Killing Joke is phenomenal. There was also a deluxe edition that came out too. So if you go to your comic book store, if you go to Amazon, you can find The Killing Joke. Nothing is more incredible than reading the actual graphic novel. But this is a really cool adaptation too. I was really happy with it, except I didn't care for the music, and I didn't care for the whole Batgirl story thing like that. So I kind of want to tell you a spoiler, but I'm not going to do it. You know, just anyway, I really just cut that out. So when you watch this, just fast forward 30 minutes. All right, for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website, vegasfilmcritic.com. Check out my podcast. Also, please subscribe, thumbs up, tell me what you thought of The Killing Joke. It's 113 here in Vegas. It's going to be hot all week. And you probably think, I'm not having a stroke. I am just sweating my butt off here in my film vault that has no air conditioning. Oh, it's unbearable. It absolutely is. But there's a silver lining. I'm heading off to see Jason Bourne. All right, review coming soon for that. Thanks so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.